everyone, this is Angela and Ryan with LostReviews.com, and we're here for Blue Monday again. Yay!
Yeah.
Got quite a few here for you. First, let's start with our favorite show, pretty much ever, Louie. Season, what is we up to now?
Second
season 2.
Yeah, I guess, it feels like a long time.
It does. Well, is there breaks in between the show
No.
when it airs? Because it feels like it's been on for a long time.
You just miss it that much when it's off
Yes.
the air. Okay, so first up, what I hated about season 1 on Blu-ray had nothing to do with the show.
Ended.
Yeah, but the fact that it was a dual-sided DVD
Oh yeah, that's right, you complained
Blu-ray,
about.
so they didn't have any art. So
See?
this time around they fixed that. The art on here is awesome.
They listened to him.
Yeah, they listened to what I said. And then like the see-through art, I kind of see that. We got the security sticker there. But
Through the back
it
of
tells
the case.
you, what shows and episodes you're watching, and most importantly, it tells you what episodes have commentary, because not only is Louis C.K. a really funny guy and writes a beautiful show, which he writes everything, none of this is improv, he also is an awesome information about what cameras
That's
are using,
right,
what
'cause
microphones.
He did it on the first season
yeah.
too, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's even more intense here. He's talking about what microphones he likes to use on stage and like where he got these microphones. Like, I stole this from this theater. And, I carry it around.
So it's
I
funny.
really like it.
It's just as funny as watching the show.
It's more informative than watching the show. It's it's Louis C.K. So yeah, it's a little funny, but it's more informative, and that's what I enjoy about it. He's not just like going out there and talking about the show, like, oh, in this scene.
He's not pulling an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. It's like,
right here, I'm about to kiss the lady with 3 boobs.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's the 3 boobs. Yeah. No, none of that. None of that.
So this season 2 has 13 episodes. Is that about the same as season 1?
Yeah. The thing about season 2, though, is it's a little bit more depressing and a little bit more
It's
real
dark.
to life. It is.
It's dark.
The first season, we had the stoner episode where they're throwing stuff out the window.
Yeah.
And in this season, like retrospectively, we have the thing with his friend that comes in and is on the other side of the comedy thing, living in his car.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Louis rich, and this guy's like depressive and tells him that he's going to go kill himself.
So yeah, it's really deep depressing. Somehow it's still funny.
Yeah, but it's still funny, yeah. And there's some great stuff in here with all Louis' comedian friends and stuff.
So I think, of course, we're going to give this a buy it.
Yeah, definite buy it. You have to own this. The show is awesome.
And season 3 is starting here at the end of June on FX.
Yeah.
So be sure to pick this up so you can get caught up before season 3. Although they're not really episodic, you can kind of come in anywhere.
Yeah, but you want to see all these. It doesn't matter. Louis is amazing.
Alright, so next up, Criterion, we have Shallow Grave.
Yes, this movie is Danny Boyle's, his earlier films. It's amazing about these group of friends. They all live together. They're roommates. They're interviewing tenants and making fun of them because they want to find like the perfect tenant that parties the right amount and is cool and they feel like lives up to their standards.
What could be like their buddy
Yeah.
to party with?
Yeah, so they meet this guy, they think he's really super cool, and it turns out he's like a member of the mob and dies in their apartment on the first night, but also leaves a big bag of money.
Oh, nice.
So they take the bag of money. Of course, if you ever find a big bag of money that's
You run.
from like a shady person, you're always going to get involved in some crazy antics, and that's exactly what happens. Except one of their friends, to hide the bodies, they cut the mafia guy up, and the friend that has to, do the cutting and dicing and burying of the guy turns into a complete and total psycho.
So they start getting real, they get real
Yeah.
dark and evil.
Yes, this movie is
all to
very,
just
very
keep
dark.
money. But it sounds funny, too.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Okay, you were describing it as funny, and I was about to say, that's kind of strange for Criterion to have a comedy, but no,
I mean,
it's not.
there's funny aspects to it. Kind of like how Trainspotting was funny, but it's still dark.
Yeah.
The subject matter is dark.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're sick and screwed up, you'll think parts of this are funny.
Oh, I'm gonna love it.
But also you have to talk about like the cinematography here. You're seeing like
Okay.
Boyle, really get
I
into
love his
his
work.
roots and stuff, and the music is awesome.
He's really good at that.
Yeah,
and all of his
they
stuff.
talk about how he was really influenced by house music during this, and
Ha.
I think that follows Danny Boyle throughout his entire career.
I think it does too, if you watch all of his stuff.
Yeah, and if you check this out, great special features on here, just awesome stuff. And this is
Is there any
another-
videos or commentary by Danny Boyle talking?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, discussing the film, and then of course they have stuff in the booklet too.
Yep.
Just an amazing film. You have to check this out.
I definitely will check it out. So are you going to give it a buy it?
Buy this. Criterion.
Right. Next up, another Criterion. Pretty awesome. Harold and Maude, finally out.
Yeah.
This is a very loved movie from all aspects of film lovers. And I had only just recently seen it. I guess it came out when I was younger. I just didn't see. Well, it actually came out before I was born, but I just never saw it when I was younger.
Well, of course not. I mean, your parents aren't going to let you watch movies with.
I was a very sheltered child.
A kid hanging himself.
For fun,
yeah,
yes.
For fun.
So Harold is a very different kind of kid who grew up in a very rich family, lives in one of those big, huge mansions, but he hates his life. He hates his mom, who's nothing like him. He's kind of like the goth kid before there was goth.
Yeah.
He's still dressed like a proper Englishman.
Well, he drives a hearse.
Yeah, he does. He goes and buys a hearse to drive that around. And his mom doesn't like that, so she buys him like a Porsche, and he tears off the back and puts a hearse onto the back of that to make it a Porsche hearse.
Yeah, I like that. They should come out with those regularly.
They should. I think people would buy it. So anyway, I mean, the movie, he's going through lots of acts of violence, of acting like he kills himself, and it has more to do with his relationship with this older woman he meets named Maude, who's also a very strange woman.
Yeah,
and they
she
have
likes
a very,
to steal things. She's very
She does. She steals cars. They meet at funerals that neither one of them know the dead people.
Right.
They just like to go there.
Well, they meet after she has stolen his car.
So, well, it was a different car, but yeah, that was later. She stole his car. But they develop a very romantic relationship, which you might think, oh, well, he's like 18, she's like 76 or something like that. That's gross. But actually, it's a very sweet relationship that you
gross.
you grow. There is one gross part, but I won't talk about that. But the rest of the movie is very PG, and it just shows that he finally bonds with somebody, and he really has like a friendship and somebody that he can trust, and someone who's like him. So it's kind of a film for the loners out there who feel like they're never going to find someone who's really like them. Now, as far as it being restored, it looks fantastic. There's a lot of grand scenery shots with them driving down country roads and stuff, and then close-ups on faces. And the colors are restored beautifully in this. I mean, you would have thought you were seeing it the day it came out, watching it on this. And the sound is accurate. It's not really a sound kind of movie, so you get what you're expecting there. And special features are kind of cool too, because there's all this stuff about the movie that just kind of pops up with the director talking about the story itself, and they have all the old posters that they put out to advertise for it. They were trying to advertise this as just a straight comedy, and I don't even know if it did that well, but it's kind of gotten a cult following because of how dark it is, but they were trying to market it as just a comedy, so I thought that was really interesting. So this is definitely a very good film. I would definitely recommend picking it up. I don't think to this day, have we ever not recommended to buy a Criterion?
No. I mean, they're Criterion movies for a reason. And, you know, this movie was way before its time, and that's kind of like what Criterion does, is they re-release these movies that
kind of remind you of what was great.
Yeah, and show you, like, you know, as inspiration for the movies we love today.
So, yeah, definitely pick that up. Okay, next up we have on DVD the first season of Franklin and Bash. This is only 10 episodes, which I thought for first seasons... First seasons are becoming shorter and shorter.
I think this became, well, you know, they don't want to waste money anymore. I think
if it's not going to last.
Yeah, and this became popular, and they didn't really, you know, feel like it was going to be popular.
We've got the guy from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, and that was the main
and the guy
aspect.
from Robot Chicken. So
yeah, that was the main aspect, though, was all you kept hearing about was
Malcolm
the guy
McDowell
from Saved by the Bell coming back, you know, and going to be in a zany lawyer TV show.
And it is zany. It's two guys who are the new hip young lawyers who go out and do all the things you're not supposed to do in order to win a case. And then Malcolm McDowell, who they also work with, is the typical by-the-book lawyer, and so there's heads clashing and there's comedy involved, and you know, but they get their cases won, so it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure, did it get renewed for a second season?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I heard something about it.
The special features on this disc, you know, it's kind of what you expect. They do 3 commentaries on 3 episodes. There's a gag reel.
Yeah. I just want to point out, I think this is neat. I've never seen a case do this when you have multiple discs. They're actually just stacked on top of each other, which is kind of scary. Instead of the little flippy pages like we usually get, there's 3 discs just stacked on top there. So, I don't know. Let us know if you like that idea. I'm not sure if I like it yet.
Yeah, I mean, your disc could get easily scratched, especially on DVD. That's something you need to worry about.
So, check that out.
Yeah.
And that's the first season. Next up, from Oscilloscope, and I love their paper cases that they send us here.
Yeah.
It's a French film called Four Lovers, and it's truly French. It's described as bringing back true French film the way that it used to be, which was, you know, ménage à trois, and everything was okay about it. That's exactly what this is. There's two couples that meet, become good friends. They're all interested in each other, and the wife of one and the husband of the other start kissing, and then, oh, it's just normal. Then the other couple start kissing, and they start up these relationships. The two couples just switching each other back and forth every weekend or every week or whatever. And they both have kids. They're both married. They both live normal lives otherwise when they're together. But it was interesting. I liked it. I thought I was going to be like, oh gosh, is this like a porn? Because there is straight nudity. You get a lot of French boobs going on in it, but it's
French boobs.
They're very French. You'll know what I mean when you watch it.
They're sassy.
They don't wear bras.
They enjoy croissants.
But they do shave their armpits, so that's just a myth, I guess.
Nah, it's not really a French movie then. They shouldn't have
No,
bragged
it's
about
very,
it being very
it's very,
French.
it's a very good film though. I really liked it. It is of course foreign, so you have to read it. But there's a lot of what's the word I'm thinking of? There's a lot of tension that starts to build up between the two couples because jealousy starts to grow.
There's never a movie where, you know, you have threesomes or foursomes going on where they ever promote it to where it's a good thing.
Well, that's how this film actually starts out. It's kind of promoting, like, look, you know, normal
Everybody
people
can have
do
sex.
it. Everyone can. No one should be tied down. We can all have a great time, but jealousy does become a big problem in it. And then there's some secrets that are revealed that maybe somebody was doing some of these things before the arrangements were started up. So
That's the way it happens. In
the end, I mean, I won't ruin it, but in the end, it's kind of what you would expect. But I still really liked it. It was still a really good film. It's shot like on a real soft filter, so it just looks very pretty the whole time.
Is it like black and white kind of?
No, but I think this is just the picture here.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just to
what
make
they're
it look
doing.
like that. But it's, you know, French countryside. Like they go to a vacation spot at one time, and you know they have sex in a big pile of flour,
Yes.
which, you know, I guess all the French people do that. So.
Yeah, damn it.
To
So
be
what are we
French.
thinking, like, special features here?
I can't even remember. I watched this so long ago. There wasn't that much. That's what I was thinking. There's really not. There's some people kind of talking about the movie. Some deleted scenes that really don't pertain to they don't add or take away from the story at all. But mainly you're getting this just to watch the film. And it is a film enjoyable enough that I would watch it again. So I would say a strong rent. It may not be for everyone. So I'm going to give it a strong rent.
You know, and I'm going to suggest, you know, you go to the Oscilloscope website and order your movies because you get these awesome cases.
Yeah, because when you buy that movie in Best Buy, if they would sell that one, it's not
like
in that
regular,
case. It's in a regular
we
plastic
need to talk
case.
about Kevin
Yeah,
was in a different
that's a
case.
different case. So if you're really into the way your crap is cased, go to the website.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta take a breath here. Last but not least, kind of forgot this from last week because we had so many. Machine Gun Preacher with Gerard Butler. This guy is hit or miss for me.
Really?
Yes, because sometimes
You don't like the 300?
no, I mean that's when he became known, obviously, and he did what he was supposed to do in that film.
So does he run down to Africa and tell people this is for Sparta?
No, he did. Well,
Kick people in holes?
he sort of does that, but he leaves
Oh,
out the
really?
Sparta part.
Oh, he kicks somebody in a hole?
This is him in his badassery like he
Yes.
should be. So if you're a guy or a girl who really likes Gerard Butler when he's just kicking ass and taking names, you're going to enjoy this film. Now, it is a story that's a sob story. I was crying like 4 times during this because he's a terrible person who gets out of prison, does drugs, killing, stabbing people for money, kind of terrible, terrible person. The first half hour of the movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can watch this because he's such a terrible person. Then he switches. He finds Jesus, and he wants to be a lovely person.
Finds Jesus in
Finds
AK-47.
Jesus. Yep,
Machine
just like
Gun
that.
Preacher.
But he this is a real story, by the way, based on a real guy.
They fucked with the wrong clergyman.
So he ends up taking on this task of wanting to go over to Sudan and help build an orphanage because he thinks that they really need help. And he goes over there and he really falls in love with the people there. And it becomes like a second family to him, where he's putting second mortgages on his home, he's selling his business, he's bankrupting himself and his family because he just wants to buy these kids tennis shoes. Just simple things like that. And every time he goes over there, it becomes more and more dangerous. So you start seeing a lot more involvement with guns and action involved. The bad guys coming in and burning down villages, and you see kids getting blown up and shot. And I mean, it's gruesome. They are very, very gruesome with how this is shot. So I really liked it, but at the same time, it's so like heart-wrenching, I don't know if I could ever watch it again.
Yeah, that's always a good movie, though. You know, and you do always end up going and seeing that. We say that a lot, but we always end up going back and watching the heart-wrenching movies.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me about this and kind of really turned me off to when it was in theaters is its title. It seems like it's going to be a kind of grindhouse film with Machine Gun Preacher, but
Yeah,
you
and
know,
that actually just
hearing
turns
you
out
talking about it, it's not.
that actually just no, it's actually just the real nickname that they gave this guy. What was his actual name in the?
I don't know.
Sam Childers is the real guy that this is based off of. And in the special features, there's all these extra things where they go and they talk to the real guy, and they talk about the director went and met with him to get to know him, to figure out how he, you know, his characteristics were and everything. So he was very accurate to the real life guy. Like, you even see that the little tattoo that they put on Gerard Butler is the exact same tattoo that the real guy has. It's all faded and old looking on his arm. And he's really into Harley Davidson, so every one of his shirts is Harley Davidson. I mean, he's like a true hick in this film, but he's a really nice guy. You really like this character. There was times that you don't, and there was times that, you know, you're like, oh, he's overdoing it. But as an actor, Gerard Butler did a really great job in this story, I think. And I thought I was going to hate it.
Yeah.
But I actually think it was a good role for him. And the film overall, really great. I've actually already been recommending it to some people, so I think I would recommend it to you guys. It's a very strong rent. I would like to say rent because it's not something you want to go out and buy and then realize, oh, that's not for me. So, you know, ladies might like it for him. Guys might like it because stuff is blowing up.
Because he's got an AK.
Yeah, because he kills people and stuff. So.
Yeah.
But give it a strong rent, and then if you like it, maybe pick it up. So.
Okay.
That is all for this week.
This comes with a DVD and digital copy
Yeah,
for
so,
all your devices.
Stick it in your mom van. Just don't let your kids watch that.
No, let your kids watch it. It's
No,
great.
don't let them watch that. So, okay.
All right, that's it from Angela and Ryan here at LostReviews.com. We'll see you next week.
All right, bye.